What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. I am Coach Jay, and this is my YouTube channel. Boy, this is my very first video. I've been saying for months I wanted to do this because it looked like a lot of fun. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I am nervous as hell to do this because this is something out of my comfort zone. I never really stood in front of the camera and recorded myself like that unless I was doing something silly. But, so I just ask y'all to bear with me here, and at the end of this video, can you please leave your criticism? I would love to hear the feedback, even if it's negative, because I ain't a soft person, you know what I'm saying? I can take the criticism. So basically, I'm going to give you a little background on myself and what I want to establish with this YouTube channel. So I am a basketball junkie, lover, whatever you want to say, or whatever you want to call it, from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, Tompkins Projects to be exact. And I've been playing the game of basketball since the age of 12, where, only thing I knew was the blacktop. I didn't know anything about no gym, to be honest with you, back in the day. All I kept hearing is like, yo, let's go to this park, this park, this park. And that's where I spend most of my days perfecting my jump shot, dribbling, even when outside after watching some basketball games to impersonate a lot of the basketball players I did. Mind y'all, this is like early 1990s. It's not like it is now, I ain't going to be pulling from Steph Curry range. But I also played varsity for Murray Bertram High School, Go Blazers. And I also played Division III junior college basketball for Borough Manhattan Community College. And those two was like the things that actually made me fall in love with the game. Playing high school varsity and then playing junior college ball. Because my one goal was like, I didn't want to go to the NBA. Or if I made it to the NBA, I was like, yeah, I can make it to the NBA. My one goal was to play college basketball no matter what. And playing college basketball was such a life changer for me. Because I went through a difficult time, losing my father right before I actually started playing college basketball. And college basketball, I ain't going to lie to y'all, I was in the best shape of my life running up and down that court. So, enough about me. Basically, what I want to do on this YouTube channel is probably, connect with a lot of people on the basketball tip, like give some training tips, give some, coaching tips, whatever it can be, discuss a lot about the basketball culture, not just in New York, but just around the world as it is. And that's basically what I want to do with this YouTube page. Oh, also, before I forget, I am also a assistant coach at Norman Thomas High School. I'm also a basketball instructor with PGC, which is Point Guard College Basketball. And both of those have been wonderful for me. I mean, I've been coaching for about, this is going to be like 5 years I've been coaching. And this is my second season with Norman Thomas High School. And really just my first year with PGC basketball. And I got to be honest with you, it is exhilarating. Like, I didn't know there was so many levels to basketball that I could actually enjoy myself getting into. Because when you're playing, it's like, go out there, shoot the ball, whatever. Now, when you're looking at it from a coach's standpoint, it's like strategy. Like, okay. And also having a group of kids around you that's good, that's, listening, that's really wanting to learn and get better and hit you up. That's also a very good blessing. Okay, so my first topic for the day is the state of New York City basketball. Why aren't we the juggernauts like we used to be back in the day? So I actually sat there and I talked to many different coaches around New York City and many different people around New York City. Why we ain't that juggernaut no more? It's because we fell in love with being selfish. Like New York City basketball is all about glitz and glamour now. Before it was just about we in the gym, we got like 7 to 8 guys being scouted from New York City to about everybody moving outside of New York to get scouted. And that's crazy. And you will think that it was the competition. Like, people were scared of competition. It really wasn't. New York just started getting so much glitz and glamour on the basketball tip that we just lost it. And this is just my personal opinion, because I remember me playing, it was about 9 to 10 guys that was like, okay, he's going to NBA, and that I watched on TV playing in college, and then went to NBA. And it's just weird. Like, what happened? You know, that's one of my questions to you people who's following me. What happened to the state of basketball? I would love to hear everybody's opinions on that, because I personally want to know what happened also. But like I said, my own opinion is maybe completely different from yours. So, you know, in the comments, please leave, please leave your opinion on what happened to New York City basketball. The second topic I want to talk about is NBA versus college. Yeah, I do like NBA. I do like college. Me personally, would prefer to watch college more, because I feel like college guys is getting out there. They going at it, and they just like giving that. It's just a different energy. Like, they're just happy to be on a court. And with the NBA, where like they're happy to be on the court, they're giving that energy, but it's not set plays. It's just like going out there and play ball, or to me, that's just my opinion. But I would always prefer college basketball, because it just seems so intriguing to me to watch. My favorite coaches to watch are Roy Williams, Coach K. Coach K is my absolute favorite. I'm sorry to put those Tar Heels first, but I'm a Duke fan. Coach K, Jim Boeheim, and a lot of other coaches that are, and it's just the way they coach their team, the way they have a culture going, a winning culture, that when you go there or you watching them, it's going to be a great game, or whatever, or it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a good game. Like, these kids are going to go out and compete. So therefore, that's why I personally prefer college basketball over NBA. NBA is great. Don't get me wrong. NBA is great. I love watching NBA players. It's a whole new, different generation. I actually got to get to love, because it's a whole new generation. I bet you a lot of my OGs that's watching this is probably saying the same thing. Okay, another topic I like to talk about is going to be concerning training. Now, this is like I said, all the stuff that I'm saying right now is my personal opinion. I personally love to train. I'm right now personally training to get back in shape, because I done went up since my injury, and I tell kids like this: it's okay to have that mentality. I gotta train every day, but you also gotta have that mentality to know when to rest, proper nutrition, rest. All that comes with becoming great. And some of these kids are just going out there saying they're training when they're just out there playing with their boys. That's not training. Playing basketball, yes, is a great way to stay in shape, but it's not working on your skills. Now, if you and your boys get together and you want to work out, say, yo, listen, I want to do this drill, and that drill. Not just, yo, let's just play 21 or whatever like that. Which I'm saying 21 or 3-on-3s, 5-on-5s, 1-on-4s is great. But if you're serious about basketball, you will learn to time manage that. And that's a big key word that a lot of people don't use, is time management. Because they sit here and see, oh, they go on YouTube like they are right now. Oh, this pro did this. I'm going to go out there and do this, without learning what the mechanics are and what it will work on. And that's where, I also have a lot of problems where, kids are sitting here and going on YouTube and going on the court and actually doing the drills without knowing what the purpose is. So you're dribbling 2 basketballs. What does that work on? They don't know. Okay, you're doing this cone drill. What does this work on? They don't know. So I think as coaches and trainers out there, you got to explain to these kids what to drill for. Not just tell them, like, oh, yeah, go ahead, dribble this ball, and that's it, run up and down the court. That's not what good training is. Good training is knowing what the function of the drill is, how it will help you on court, and also and what is the real purpose of the overall drill. So there's a lot of people going out there, I'm not going to name names, who are just seeing stuff on YouTube and be like, okay, do this drill, without knowing what the purpose is. Okay, another topic I would like to talk about is being a good teammate. Being a good teammate is not just sitting there showing up for practice, beating your boys up, whatever it is. Being a good teammate is making sure you're doing what it is in your best interest, in the team interest, to win the game. If you're not on the court, are you cheering for them? If you're on the court, are you helping out? Are you being verbal? Are you talking? That's being a good team. That's good. That's called being a good team leader. But those are traits where, we're not teaching our kids also. And it's sad because it's like a lot of coaches baby a lot of these kids, and then when they come to different coaches, and coaches are sending them down, they sitting there like, I don't know why I'm with this, and they want to give attention. Like, No. That's not what we do here. We're worrying about being good teammates here. Like, we've built chemistry. Like, this is what we are. We're going to war for about 20, 30 games a season, maybe less, or 15, 18, whatever, however you want to slice it. And this is what I'm looking for. Are you communicating? What is your body language like? Like, come on, guys. Like, and this is where the whole mentality of, are you a basketball player or are you a ball player? There is a real difference. Now that I brought that up, there's another topic I wanted to talk about. AAU versus high school. Yes, AAU versus high school. AAU, I'd never played AAU in my whole life. I did travel to other places to play ball, but it wasn't like an AAU circuit or something like that. So being on the AAU circuit is kind of new to me. And I think where the separation is between AAU teams and high school teams is that the AAU teams are geared towards showcasing kids to get scholarships and everything, where high school is focusing on the same thing, but it's more of a team effort. So what I learned is that if you want to be successful on both levels, that you got to learn to play, that you got to learn to be versatile in your game. So like in AAU, you might play another way, and they'd be like, coach won't have you have plays or anything like that. So now you come back from AAU, you got to learn the plays from a high school. It can be confusing to a lot of kids, but also at the same time, you're a ball player. This is what you sign up for. You got to multitask at some point. I do not love the game, the AAU game, but I am not against it. So, I think AAU ball personally is really good to get scouted for. If you wasn't scouted before and you go to AAU and you kill, then now everybody's looking like, oh, I'm going to take a look at you now on the tape. So AAU ball gets a thumbs up for me, but AAU versus high school, I think what us coaches have to do better is to communicate with the AAU team that said player is playing for. Because if we're on the same page, then the transition from AAU back to high school won't be so difficult. But that's just my opinion. So I don't know what everybody else feels. Okay, so I'm about to wrap this video up. It's been long. I probably rambled about a whole bunch of other off-topic stuff. But this is what I like to call, my little feature is called Jay's Rants. So my rant number one, LaMelo Ball. He's a good player. Number one, he could be possibly top 5 right now. Because I haven't seen anybody else right now. Because college haven't started yet. The Jamie Wisemans, the Cole Anthonys that's out there. And they're automatically picking them as number one. So, I mean, the LaMelo got game. But also at the same time, I think y'all hyping him up too much before y'all seen any of the other guys. Right, number 2. NBA season about to start, and I cannot wait. But you know, before everybody counts out the Golden State Warriors, let them lose first. If you don't know, like the San Antonio Spurs, you're the defending champions, or you went to the finals about 9 straight years or 5 straight years, then you can't count them out yet until you see what they're about. This is preseason. Don't let one loss gas everybody else heads up. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's sitting here saying, "Oh, the Warriors ain't the Warriors without Clay or without KD." Like the Warriors will find a way. Trust me. I'm not a Warriors fan. My team, unfortunately, is OKC, and they're permanently dismantled. So you know, I'm just gonna be a fan of basketball this whole NBA season. So those are my major rants. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, questions, comments, concerns, please leave it. I would love to hear everybody's criticism. This being my first time. I am Coach Jay. Thank you for tuning in, and good night.